Okay. Hi, I'm Master Lukey. Hi. I'm a former UFC fighter and health coach. I'm the only one on Long Island in New York that's lifefood certified. That's a certification I got from Dr. David Jubb. My full certification was in 2013. I got certified as a chef in 2007 or 8. It's the most refined menu in the world. So it's beyond vegan. It's beyond, paleo. This is the healthiest way to eat. And I was prescribed medical marijuana by Dr. Jubb when I was recovering from traumatic brain injury due to Ultimate Fighting. They wanted to put me on lithium to deal with the emotional disturbances that I was going through. I was lucky, I guess, that my symptoms were mild compared to other people, but it still ruined my life. So I'm on a mission now to get famous again through the martial arts with my new scoring system. It's called Master Lukey's League of Champions. And then when that blows up, I'm going to spin off a line of commercial health food under the Master Lukey banner. So if you go back a couple episodes, a couple of vlogs, whatever, I have 2 recipes that I already made that I'm going to incorporate into this recipe. There's the can of butter. This is a marijuana oil that I made with palm oil. All right, and the other thing I got here is Brazil nut milk. So I don't use dairy, of course. I don't use any animal products. Although technically I'm not considered vegan because I use honey. But as far as everything else, I don't want to be considered vegan because they eat a lot of junk food. Ethical veganism is not healthy, necessarily. You can be a junk food vegan and be very ill. And you could also be contributing to global deforestation if you're eating grains and beans. How's that? Do you care about all animals? What about humans? We lead by example. And that's why I haven't had a cheat meal in 8 years. That's an estimate, rough estimate. In the past 5 years, I've been committed to Master Lukey brand, so I'm only using recipes that I developed to put under the Master Lukey banner. So this was a gift from my mom for Christmas. She gave me an Amazon gift card. I bought this. It's called the French press. If you don't know, it's the best way to make coffee. This was a gift from my girlfriend. She read some book where the guys... I personally am trying to get off coffee because I'm doing Smile Direct Club to straighten my teeth, and I'm also going to whiten them. And I think coffee does yellow the teeth. So I'm switching over to yerba mate, which is a caffeinated tea, green tea from South America. And I use that in the French press also. But for this recipe today, I wanted to put bulletproof in the title because that's like a hot topic, this bulletproof coffee, People put fucking butter in it. Don't make me puke. So first of all, we got, for this whole thing, it's maybe going to be a cup. It's almost 4 o'clock. I shouldn't be drinking this, but I had to babysit all morning, so I just got back. Alright, we got the coffee in there. You just check who texted me. Let me know when you're ready. Date night. Okay, just FYI, once you open it, you should put it in the freezer. You should store your coffee in the fridge or the freezer. My opinion. Now my kettle seems to be broken, so I've had the water on here. It looks to be about ready. There's steam coming off it. I don't know. Should I wait any longer? I'll wait 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes. Okay? My next event for my League of Champions was going to be August 21st. I thought I was setting up a sparring match with Jim Miller, who's a current UFC fighter. But he thought that I was coming to train either in his class or with his team. And I'm not going to go all the way to New Jersey to do the typical MMA fight team practice where they wear boxing gloves and shin pads and spar. They spar with head contact. They have barely any padding on. And it's just typical everybody doing what everybody else is doing because everybody else is doing it. And nobody's thinking. They say, oh yeah, well, American Top Team does this. Fucking Tiger Muay Thai does this. So-and-so does this. I saw it on UFC Embedded. Oh, he's a coach. He must know what he's talking about. You know? Nobody knows what they're doing. There's no master in martial arts anymore. There's a bunch of people who think they have an idea and everybody's just going along with it. Just like head contact. You think you need head contact and finishing to have MMA. You don't. Trust me. I've done both. And my way is the same. It's the same intensity. It's the same excitement. You're just not getting that finish. And that's a problem in the world. Finishing is not a good idea. We have to teach people to continue fighting and never give up. But, anyway, my backup plan is to go to Nick Catone MMA. He's got the biggest gym I've ever seen. 2 full-size octagons, a boxing ring, and more mat space than most gyms have in their whole facility. It's a fitness center. He's got weights, he's got cardio, he's got locker rooms with showers, and the place is just huge. And all the best guys from New Jersey go to train there, and they have a fight team training on Saturday. You're gonna see people like Frankie Edgar and Edson Carvalho and a bunch of upcomers. But I'm going to pay $65 for an hour with one of their up-and-comers, and I'm going to spar with him for 5 matches, 5 minutes each, and I just got to make sure that it's okay that I film it, because they're going to have pros in there that don't want to be filmed, so I just got to tell them, you know, I'll point the camera in the other direction, but it doesn't make sense for me to not film. I'm not going to do it if I can't film, so... What I wanted to do with Jim Miller was a charity match where there was 5 sponsors. 10 sponsors. And then each match we had, there's going to be 5 matches. Each match would have 2 sponsors, one for him, one for me. And then based on our scores, the sponsors would donate the dollar amount of that score to a charity like the New York State, Brain Injury Association, or maybe like something like Wounded Warrior. So I'm gonna see if I can do that at the end of this month, and I'll still try to get a charity thing going just to make it somewhat of an event and not just a sparring session, you know? So that's where I'm at. I'm cleansing, so I haven't eaten yet today, but I'm gonna eat this because you're gonna see this is a recipe that has material in it. The major material is gonna be this Irish moss. As far as actual substance, you know, it's not a lot. It's this much. And this is probably too much, but I'll make a double batch so I can freeze it and have it another time. But Irish moss is amazing superfood that nobody knows about. It's probably the most amazing superfood that nobody knows about. And the reason why is because in a recipe, it's a powerhouse. Nutritionally, it's unparalleled. It's got the exact mineral profile of healthy blood. But in a recipe, it's going to act like a gelatin, thickening. If you put it in a smoothie like this, it's going to make it nice and thick. If you put it in a dough, or if you put it in a cream, you know, it makes it more creamy. If you put it in a dough, it makes it more rubbery, like pliable. So one of the problems that people have with these type of healthy recipes in the uncooking movement, because you don't have to cook this, you could just blend it. But when they make doughs and crackers and stuff, it just falls apart. But this will hold it together. Okay? So we got, that's probably about a 1/4 cup of Irish moss. And the way that you do Irish moss is you blend it first. So cover it with water. Okay, turn you over this way. Sponsored by Vitamix. There's no other blender worth buying. Trust me. I don't want it to keep jumping, so I'm trying to keep it low for now. If you could see that the water is jumping because the Irish moss is, it's still chunky. Once it starts to smooth out, it will stop jumping, hopefully. Because I don't want chunks to get stuck up in the top of the blender here. So, another thickening and creaming ingredient is coconut butter. And when I'm making smoothies and stuff like that, this is probably the best, creamer. It's got that fat We're gonna put about a quarter cup, because it's a double recipe that I'm making right now, so a little more than a quarter cup in there. That's coconut fat, aka coconut butter, aka coconut oil. It's this weird little squeeze pouch that they're using now, so whatever. Just put a clamp on that. Alright, so as far as coffee goes, I like the flavor of coconut sugar and maple syrup. Where do I get the Irish moss? I get the Irish moss, Western beef. Not all Western beefs have it, but I got it from Western beef. Do you have Western beef? You can order it online. You can even order it already blended, but it's pretty cheap if you buy it from Western beef. It was $15 for like a 2-pound bag. So let's see, I have a quarter cup of coconut, so I'm gonna put a cup of sugar. Actually, I'll do half cup of sugar, or whatever that amount is, and then I'm gonna put a little maple syrup. I just think the flavors blend better than honey. I mean, it's got that burnt flavor, you know? The sugar and the coconut sugar and the maple syrup have that burnt flavor. The other thing we gotta put in is lecithin. Lecithin is called an emulsifier. So basically what that does is it blends the fat. So if you don't have lecithin, you could get separation in your recipe. And generally they're gonna tell you to add hot water to your emulsification, and that makes it blend, that makes it, you know, combine. You can also just run the Vitamix, because the Vitamix gets hot. You know, from the heat of the blade, it can actually cook the material if you let it run long enough. So what I'll do next is I'll put, let's see. I'll put the weed in, and I'm making like I said, a double batch. So I'm gonna do 2 spoonfuls instead of 1. That's actually a double batch right there. But let me just make sure and put a little bit more, because it's Friday night. You know what I mean? So we can get a little crazy with it. Alright. So, I'm gonna blend this. As that's blending, I'll do the coffee. What's up, Pete? Okay, so now because the blender is so filled, I can't I can't add the Brazil milk yet. What I gotta do is break this down. I'm just cleaning out a jar here, hold on. I'm gonna break this down into 2 servings. So let's just pour this out in here. Alright, so I got 3 cups here. And then if I pour this in, I got 6 cups. Alright, so that's half. About. It's basically half. Alright. So there's 3 cups of the coffee mixture. So I'll put at least 1 cup of Brazil milk. Alright, maybe a cup and a half. Make it really like a latte. Okay. And then the rest is going to be ice. So, got ice right here. Right there. And then the ice we're going to go to the top. Or the 8 cup line. So it's like 2 or 3 cups of ice. You don't want to water it down too much, so that should be fine. And then we blend again. Let's get my tamper out here. Tamper, aka plunger, is gonna. The tamper you need when you have like a lot of material in there and not if most of it's not liquid. In this case, it's just gonna help push the. And that, my friends, is all she wrote. This is gonna be for tomorrow. Save that. Put a top on it, put it in the fridge. The Brazil milk I can put into a smaller container, save some fridge space. Boom. Check this out, by the way. Biggest jar of jug of apple juice I've ever seen. $10 at Whole Foods. Cheers, Rick. I gotta go do laundry now, or at least just wash the pads for my steam mop because my sons are coming to the gym tomorrow, and we're gonna do a test run of my Nerf workout. Basically, based on their exercises, they get a certain amount of shots with the Nerf gun, and then based on their score with the Nerf gun, they're gonna get paid. I'm basically paying them to work out. I'm working on a concept where, you know, it would be like when you go to an arcade and you get those tickets and you exchange it for prizes, something like that. Okay, so now let's just put this. Sorry, I'm a one-man show here. I got to do the camera work and the acting. Okay, I'm also gonna take some Yohimbe and Tribulus because I'm seeing my lady. And if all goes according to plan, I'm gonna need everything I can to survive, if you know what I mean. It's gonna take everything I am and everything I got to hold back. Don't let them get you, guys. Don't let the women convince you. It's not okay to let it go. You have to keep control. Our job is to keep control. And don't be just a slave to your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying or not? Dirty? Hold on, I gotta get a clean cup. Alright. Got a fairly clean mug, clean enough. Real talk, man, it's Tantra. Thick. Oh, jeez. I think I put too much Brazil milk. I barely taste the coffee. Damn it! It's my first time making it with the Brazil milk in a while, so. It's still delicious though. I'm gonna have it with a straw, a green one for the weed. Take a picture for Instagram. Set it in frame. Wait a second. I need my other phone. Ooh, got paid too. Nice. Instagram. I've got too many phones right now. Okay, story. Add to your story. Marijuana Frappuccino. The phone died. I knew that was gonna happen. Fucking piece of shit. Let me put it on my Twitter then. Okay, let's try this again. Use photo. What's happening? Marijuana Frappuccino made in my hashtag Vitamix lifefood certified. Tweet. So that's it. I'm gonna just end it there. Go do laundry and have a good night. Look, if you have any questions about recipes, you know, I can help. Just contact me. Go to masterluki.com. About page, got all my contact info on there. You can call, text, email, social media, or just leave a comment. Okay? And I'm going to also stream tomorrow that workout. So stay tuned. Master Luki, over and out.